This is part 5 in creating your boombox in CAD. Now the last thing that we want to do is we want to put the hole on the back for the charging cable. You can see this in my finished example. If I come over here and click on this, on this back corner here, you can see that it has the hole going through the piece of wood backboard for the charging cable. So come to your file and then click on this back corner here, or it doesn't matter if it is that way or if it's another view, but as long as you can see the back of your product. Now we want to start a 2D sketch and put it onto here. Alright, and zoom all to make sure it's all nice and centered. I like to use construction lines for what I'm about to do. Construction lines tend to be marker tools. So if you click on this button here, any of these tools that you use now will be construction lines, and that will be dotted lines. So you won't be able to extrude using construction lines, but you can use them to do markings. Okay, so now click on the line button. You've got this highlighted there, so that's now highlighted, and my line button is highlighted. And then click a line. In fact, you might like to project the edges first. You can see there are now dotted lines going around the outside. So project cut edges, and then select the line tool and go from the top of your boombox, lock onto the top, and then lock onto the bottom, making sure you've got it nice and vertical by checking the degrees angle there, that one which I've just highlighted, and select the bottom. Okay. I think you would need to dimension this from the edge, so use a dimension tool. Click on the back edge there, you can see it thinks it's doing that dimension until I select this area here, and then just come up and click that. Should be 15 millimeters, I think. Finish your sketch, and there you have a nice kind of line coming away. I'm not sure why it's not showing my 15, but hey ho. Okay, next thing, you want to use work planes. We've not used work planes necessarily before, but click on your work plane, and you want to go to this one that says angle work plane around edge. So select that. The first thing to do is to select the back area. That's the work plane we want to angle. So select this back area here. So hover over until you can find that one selected. Next you want to select the line that you've just created there. Okay. Once you've clicked on both of those, it now gives you the angle that you want to do. I'm going to tap in 45 like that, and it brings it angled off the back edge like that. And sometimes I have to put the minus 45 in, or I have to work out how it is to get it in the right area. But you want it like this coming off your back. Okay, once that's correctly set, click OK. That now means that we can start a 2D sketch, and we can now put a sketch onto that angled plane. Okay, and we need to zoom all to get myself back in place. Okay, now I want to create a circle tool. Okay, so use this drop down menu to select the center point circle there, and I want to create this circle on this line. Okay, like that. Okay, so select, hover over the line and select it, click once and then bring it out and tap in 12 millimeters. Okay, to put your edge. Then I want you to dimension it from the top edge down, and this dimension should be half, and click in the center of the circle, it should be half your phone width. So my phone is 70 millimeters, so I'm going to tap in 35 millimeters because that's exactly where my charging cable comes into the middle of my phone. Okay, once you've clicked that, it's now dimensioned out, even though you can't see that number there. It's being a bit funny. Finish your sketch. Okay, and then you can go to the extrude button. Now it's adding material. What we want to do is we want to cut material. Okay, it's only going in 5 millimeters at the moment, but you can change that with these buttons. Instead of defining how many millimeters, you could say through all by clicking this material. Now that is trying to put it through all of your material. You can see everything. It goes all the way to the edge there, but it's only going through one solid, which is only this material here. I could choose more solids, but I don't want to. You can see it doesn't quite come out this way, so we are also going to, it's only going that way, so we're just going to add this double dimension here, and you can now see it comes all the way out. So you want to select this button, and then press OK. And that hole has gone all the way through. However, I don't want to see this work plane anymore, so I'm going to come over to the left here, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to turn off visibility. The same with the sketch. I don't want to see that line I did. I'm just going to double right click on that and turn off visibility. Then I can come back to clicking on this area around at the front. The last thing that you might like to do is you might like to click on this very front face here and right click on the home and just set that current view as front. And then you might also like to just click on that corner there and then click on the home and set the current view to fit view. And that means any time that you now wiggle this around, you can always go back by pressing home and it will bring you back to there. There we go.